All right, so with Nod-Krai coming just around the corner, actually, I think when this video goes up, it'll be tomorrow. So if you're watching this the day it comes out, Nod-Krai should be releasing tomorrow. And if you want to have the best experience, in my opinion, you're going to want to need to be fully prepared for it. And there isn't too much you can have prepared just because of it being a new region. There's going to be new talent materials, new artifacts, and new mob drops. So there isn't too much you can farm. However, I'm going to be going over just the best way you can prepare for Nod-Krai. So first up, weapon EXP. I feel like this is pretty obvious. If you're going to be getting any of the new characters, you're going to need this to level them up. If you haven't done a lot of exploration, I'd recommend it, especially in Natlan, as it gives the most primo gems, and you'll get tons of these XP books. And you only need, I think it's like 300 to 400 purple books to actually fully max out a character. So it's not that expensive. I do have enough to at least max out a couple characters. And if you are still running low on them, you have high exploration, obviously you can go do the ley lines. And right now there is a ley line event. It's probably gone by when this video goes up, but that's actually what I'm about to go do. I think I'm gonna go for the Mora ley lines though, just because I am quite low on Mora, just because I've been leveling up a bunch of artifacts and talents recently. And with Mora, if you do explore mostly in the later areas like Natlan, there are tons of Mora chests, so you can get quite a bit of Mora just from that. And also ley lines, this is my main source. I've been farming them, just doing 3 runs per day for the past couple days, and up to 2.8 million, which isn't that much. You need around like the 5 million, I think, to fully max out a character, weapon, and talents and stuff. Okay, so now that I've farmed up the 3 double ley line drops, I'm gonna move on to the weekly bosses, since I actually haven't really been doing them. And the early characters coming out in Nod-Krai will use the Natlan release weekly bosses, and my overall drops on these are quite low. However, since it's my first time clear, I'll get 3 extra drops. Alright, that's the first phase down. Skip over to the second phase. It shouldn't be too bad. However, my Scofier is struggling a little bit to keep up with healing. And there we go. Took a little longer than I expected, but I can claim this. 2 drops and a dream solvent, which is nice. I actually have only 1 now. Now I'm going to move on to the first Natlan weekly boss. Alright, so that took a lot longer than I would have liked. However, I'm going to condense the last bit of my resin and just go over here and claim my commissions real quick, which will move on to the next thing. And that is over here, or just any blacksmith, just getting your weapon XP, just because of the new weapons are, well, meant for the new characters, obviously. So you're going to need quite a bit. I am running low, like I have like over 2,000. I've dropped like 400 now, and if we check real quick, yeah, 400. I have 5,300 of these though, which is nice, but overall I do think I'm running kind of low. So you can do that every day. And then with some of my expeditions, I have 3 of them on the ores and 2 of them on Mora. So once you've got all that done, what I recommend doing next is just looking at your characters and seeing who you plan on building in the future. If you have any characters that you want to build for like future teams and stuff. Like for example, I do plan on building Wanderer soon, as I've had him for quite a while now, but just never built him. I'm getting close to maxing this out. I will probably make a video on him because I may get Constellation 4 Jean just because of the animal resistance, and with Barzon, I only have her at C2, so I am missing out on quite a bit here. And also C2 Jean increases attack speed of all party members, which will help out Wanderer a lot, because I do plan on getting C1 Wanderer as well. And then also just general mob drops for these older characters. It takes like maybe 5 to 10 minutes per enemy, and this is only after like a couple days of farming, I have 100 blue handguards worth. And then for like gears, have not as much, but a decent amount. If you just do like this daily grind, like every day, like you'll build up quite a bit of resources. Also, just collecting local specialties and just like pre-farming for characters. That's probably the best thing you can do. It saves so much time. Like with Yoimiya, I had her pre-built like a couple months in advance, so weapon already maxed. I also had all of her boss drops farmed, like everything was already farmed up, including her artifact set and talent materials. So literally the moment I got Yoimiya, I was able to get her straight up to 90 with a pretty decent build. And if you want to do that for older characters that are rerunning, it saves you so much time in the long run and allows you to use the new characters that you pulled for sooner. One final thing I'm going to mention is that with 6.0 releasing, condensed resin will now do 3 drops worth. So currently you can craft condensed resin for 40 resin. However, in 6.0 that goes up to 60. So I'm not sure if this will work or not, but if you already have 5 condensed resin going in to 6.0, like you crafted them for 40 each, and then they'll become worth 60 each, so you'll gain 100 resin. Again, I'm not sure if this will work, but I would highly recommend having 5 condensed resin saved up before 6.0 actually releases, just in case that it does work, and you get yourself 100 extra resin for free. On top of the double drops, and you're allowed to farm any domain in the first week of Nod-Krai, I'm pretty sure. And with that, I'm going to end the video, so if you found this helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like and subscribed, and let me know who you're pulling for in 6.0.